What's up, all my nerds, geeks, and comic book freaks? This is episode number 2 of Comics Slabs. I hope you're ready to look at my first ever slabs that I ever got that were graded. So yeah, let's get into this episode. Welcome back to the place to be. That's what I like to call this little nerdum kingdom that I have acquired here. This is actually my studio where I record songs, hence microphone. We're trying to add a little bit of new audio to this situation. But like I said earlier in the introduction, what we're talking about today are the first ever slabs that I bought. I currently have a comic book. My first ever comic book of mine that I sent off to get graded is going to be graded soon, and that's going to be the next episode. But let's talk about this episode. Like I was kind of talking about in my first one, comic books have been something that's always been around my life. Slug from Atmosphere, if you guys like hip-hop, has this line, "Where to God, hip-hop and comic books was my genesis." And that's 100% true. And the two comics we're going to be talking about today are two comics, that are kind of near to me. Not necessarily the runs, but the characters involved. As being a kid from the 90s, that's my jam. And what's really funny, a lot of people don't collect too many 90 books. Simple fact, they were overproduced. Marvel, I'm looking at you. We didn't need like 30 variants to Spider-Man number 1 from Todd McFarlane. A little bit excessive. But I like collecting 90s comic books because, that's the era that I grew up in. I remember going to kids' house and just, seeing stacks of these things, seeing Cable for the first time, and I actually have that comic book where I saw Cable for the very first time outside of the X-Men 90s, animated series. So this is a really, really cool episode. I'm happy we can dive in. How it came to be. So last year, 2023, me and my fiance, if I can talk, let's try again. Me and my fiance went down to Colorado Springs Comic Con. There was a lot of cool people that were gonna be there. We were super, super excited. So we went and I got to meet, Derek Mears. We got to meet William Shatner. I got to meet my boy Bruce Campbell. But those could be little other videos where I show you my little trinkets that I have acquired. I got quite a bit around me. But anyways, it's the last day of con, and I have been every convention I had went to, I've always toyed with the idea of buying a comic slab, a graded CGC comic, and I just never did it because I never had the funds. But I was doing all right at this point in time. So we had circled, and I saw a Cable number 1, 9.8, beautiful copy. Just caught my soul. Comic book collectors out there, I don't know if you've ever buying graded comic books by just seeing something that just caught your eye and you're like, yo, I gotta have that. That would be my Cable number 1. I saw it. I think the dude wanted like $90 for it, and then I caught the Web of Spider-Man 95, first issue in the Spirits of Venom / the Spirits of Vengeance storyline with Venom, Spider-Man, and Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze specifically. And I was like, whoa, that comic is sick. I've always wanted a Venom comic. Yet again, 90s kids. We'll get more into that when I talk about the comic books individually. But I was like, whoa, I gotta have that too. So it is literally like the last hour of con, and me and my fiance are just kicking it there, right? Time passes. This dude is talking to this older dude who's telling him all these great, fishing stories about all these comic book hauls that he got from some old dude, in Albany, New York. He passed away and apparently had like 7 long boxes. Half of this stuff I don't necessarily believe because I've heard a lot of people brag and boast about, the various things they've gotten in hauls. But Unless I had to wait to pay the man. So I'm sitting there, right? And I was like, all right, if I'm going to do this, like, I'm going to throw out a deal. I'm just going to see if I can do this. I was curious if I could. So all the comics came up to, I think, probably like the 170 mark, 180 mark, something. Because I think they were like 90 a piece or something. So, in my mind, I was like, yo, I'm just going to offer him 140. We're just going to offer him 140 and see what happens. So I wait. The dude he's talking to, the old dude, just keeps talking and talking and talking. My fiance is kind of grabbing me by the arm, like, let's just go, you know. We're getting down, boom, to the last 30 minutes of con, and then I'm starting to get, like, really worried, because I really want these. Keep giving him that eye, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo. Just nothing worked. And then we literally got down to the last 15 minutes, and then he was like, hold up, guy, and he turns around, he's like, yo, kid, you want those comics? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, $100, boom, they're both yours. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, consider it my apology for you spending your last hour of con just waiting in this line with nobody. I appreciate you, kid. So that's my little story of how I acquired my first CGC slab comics. I was giddy. I was happy. One of them was a 9.8 and one of them was a 9.6. So just to even get a 9.8 right off the bat at like a good price was super cool. I wish I remembered the dude who sold me those, his like company name, but shout out to you if you ever see this random guy and you remember this nerdy face. Thank you. But anyways, yeah, let's talk about the comics that we have to show off today. Yet again, a gorgeous, beautiful, immaculate copy of Spider-Man, or Web of Spider-Man, 95, start of the Spirits of Venom storyline with good old Ghost Rider down here. I always loved how Spider-Man came in swinging over here. I just think it's a really, really cool cover. It's what caught my eye. I've never actually read this comic book line. I'll probably buy a cheap raw copy just to actually read. But yeah, so this is really awesome. Like I said, I'll kind of go into why these meant a lot to me. So as a kid of the 90s, there was a few characters that really took hold, and Venom was one of them. I remember the first time that I saw Venom, it was the Spider-Man animated, like cartoon series, because I was born in 91, so got into comics like in the late 90s. But no, I saw that, and I saw the first ever Venom episode, and I'm like, whoa, who is this dude? I love this dude right here. And it just grew and grew. Todd McFarlane, shout out to the legend. We wouldn't have Venom as we know it without him. What he did with the Secret Wars, this old costume that like Marvel made and never really explained or did anything, like alien costume machine. Come on. If you guys have ever read Deadpool Secret Wars, you see that in his headcanon, he's the one who made the symbiote crazy. You have to read it. I'm not going to give it away. Read it. Deadpool Secret Wars. But we're not talking about Deadpool Secret Wars right now. We're talking about the Web of Spider-Man. Yeah, Todd McFarlane completely killed it. I've actually been working really hard to get a Spider-Man 1 from him and a Spider-Man 300. Would really love those one day. But for now, this is what I got. Beautiful custom label too. I don't know if you guys saw that in the video that played before this, but I love custom labels. Actually, like I said, I sent off my first comic to get graded, which is a Deadpool Secret Wars. Oh, look, that's how the universe works sometimes. It sets them up so I can knock them down. But anyways, yeah, that's coming, and I got the special Deadpool label for that, so can't wait to see how that turned out. But yeah, great comic, and I really like how older comics didn't have like ads for like Kia Souls or Doritos, it just had a little Marvel superheroes. I like this. Anytime I see something like this, it takes me to my childhood. there's really nothing of importance from this comic book run, and yet again, I just got it because I'm a fan of Venom. This was a super cool find for me. I love it. It's a beautiful 9.6. That custom label too, like I was saying, beautiful. Look at that tongue, that iconic tongue. You got Daredevil, or not Daredevil. I'm sorry. Look. I'm gonna cut this out. But Ghost Rider looks kind of derpy. That's like my only takeaway from this. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I didn't shut that off. Oh boy, I need to shut that off in the next video. But yeah, Ghost Rider looks pretty derpy, not gonna lie. But besides that, beautiful cover. Love this. Can't wait to actually read it. But enough of Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man 95. Let's talk Cable #1. Roll that footage. Now is your favorite time traveling crazy man with the glowing eye, the one and only Cable from the Age of Apocalypse himself. One of my favorite comic book characters ever. I got introduced to him in the X-Men 90s animated series. Absolutely blew me away. Funny little story, it was the 90s, so everyone had laser guns, but Cable had the biggest laser guns, and I always thought that was sick. The glowing eye, they didn't really explore his telekinesis powers too much in X-Men. I mean, it's heavily hinted. He uses a lot of it to progress, the stopping of that techno virus that's slowly eating him alive. If you guys never knew why he has a metal arm, that is why. Some people don't know. So this is Cable #1. It does get confused sometimes with the first solo Cable run. That actually happened a year prior in 1992. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it was called Blood and Metal or something to that effect, and it was a 2-issue run, and that is actually Cable's first solo run. But this right here is his first ongoing issue. It went for a very long time. Some of my favorite comic issues came from this run. I actually never read Cable #1. I discovered Cable comics through a friend. He had like a box of them and he let me read them. They were all out of order, but I do remember this Cable run right here. It is also my first 9.8, so the first comic that started my journey on this CGC graded comic path was a 9.8. I have been trying to reach those heights since. It's kind of hard. A lot of my comics are like a 9.6 and below. But yeah, hey, I got a 9.8 here, man. Love it. It's a gorgeous cover. Old Art Fiber killed it. I really like the foil, the Cable name, and I really like how they foiled the little one right there. Like, for the first issue, yeah, right there. Like, why? But it was the 90s. But this Cable #1 came out May 10th, 1993, when I was a whopping 2 years old. It's, like I said, it's his first, ongoing run. He's never had his chance to shine as long as he did here. I mean, of course he led the New Mutants, and can't forget X-Force. I'm a huge X-Force fan, talked about that in my first video, but to get Cable by himself is amazing. I love this. It's an amazing comic book. I'm very happy this was the very first one to start this new obsession that I'm working on. Yeah, so, and what's really cool, I kind of talked about it in my little video, but Cable 34 and 35 were actually part of the Onslaught storyline in 1997. That's cool, because that was like a fan favorite of that year. A lot of people voted it up pretty high up there at the annual comic book conventions and things of that nature. But yeah, so Cable, man, his first real outing. Amazing grade, amazing slab. Nothing wrong with it. It is clear. It It is gorgeous. His future is, destiny. But here's my cable number 1. I just want to thank everyone for watching my first video, and to all the people who subscribed. It wasn't a huge amount, but it was appreciated. Thank you, guys. This is just something, like I said, I can do on the side just to do something creative. If you could tell, I kind of stepped it up a little bit in this video. Tried a bunch of different things, added some audio, did those little, like comic book profiles. I watch a lot of like pawn shop stuff and stuff like that. So trying to add production value. But thank you for joining. Stay nerdy, stay collecting, but more importantly, stay you.